On the bass, so you know the bitch.
Just me and you. What's good with you? Your king, your prince, my queen, my bitch. Your lips, your eyes, your hips, your thighs. We met tonight. I hit tonight. You been, I been, I hit it right. She dick, much ice. You smoke, I drink. I know you think that I'm alright. What's good tonight?
Off the rip, look what I did. I made a 20 out of 25 cents. I got the enemy streaming my shit. I make a broad only like coochie like dick. Me and him, we ain't the same. He ain't got an ounce of game up in that brain. He love to try to throw smut up on my name. But when I see him, it be yelling gang gang. Like we homies, but we not. That respect don't hit the same when it's buck. When it get hot for you, it's fuck the world. Y'all love the homies more than you love your girl. That shit sus. What the fuck? Cause she ain't never had a real one in them guts. Until I hit shit, and that was it. Y'all drink thinking get pussy to my shit. Sing it.
Just me and you. What's good with you? Your king, your prince, my queen, my bitch. Your lips, your eyes, your hips, your thighs. We met tonight. I hit tonight.
Now how many licks do it take for you to? You'll never know if you still fucking with a bum. Maybe one day, but y'all been cooked since day one. You tweaking if you beefing and you bitching over crumbs. Homie, I ain't the one. Stay the fuck around me. There ain't nothing that a broke motherfucker can tell me. I love it when y'all step up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. I love it. That second round of applause and third round of applause for the members. First and foremost, what's up to my members like Jonathan Mercado? Thank you for joining. We have 12 members, y'all. We started just 2 weeks ago. The first week we had 2 members. And we're up to 12 already. So what's up to all 12 members? Thank you so much for joining. If you want to be a member, all you got to do is tap the link. You can join for free. You get free content. Starting next week, only members will be able to see the stream on Instagram Live. So if you want to watch Instagram Live, become a member. Tap the link in our Instagram bio. It's free. So you can see CTC Radio on IG. What's up, Young Drip? What's up, Marquis? What's up, Jonathan Mercado? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. This is CTC Radio, the only radio station playing 805 hip hop and R&B every Monday through Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you're like, where's the 805? It's that little, it's not little at all, actually. It's a large strip of land in between, Los Angeles and San Francisco. Taj BB, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. My name is Lord Sanctus. I am your host, the God of the Coast. And we're going to get into it tonight. Couple announcements before we start. This Saturday, it's already November 2nd. This Saturday, we're having a show at Humdinger Brewery in San Luis Obispo. I will be there performing live with Jay Riley, Ayuma, Vuvule, whole lot more. Come through. It's going to be very dope. Tickets are just $10. You got a 21 up to get in. It's going to be great time, good food, good people. Make sure you pop out. The ticket link is in my Instagram bio, so make sure you check that out. 7 Records in the building. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream. You wouldn't mind. Also, it's a new giveaway. New week, new giveaway. So for the next 2 weeks, you can enter to win a Uber Eats gift certificate. That's gonna take care of you a couple of, you know what I'm saying. On us, you do need to be you do need to live in the 805 to qualify for entry, and you do need to be a member. If you want to qualify to win an Uber Eats gift certificate, all you got to do is tap the link in our Instagram bio. What's up, Young Drip? All you got to do is tap the link in our Instagram bio and become a member. Gerald Purify, what's good? Thank you so much for joining, Gerald Purify, CTC member. And welcome. And most importantly, make sure you visit the website to get yourself some merch. Actually, let me show you guys how fire the merch looks. The Coast Got Next apparel is in. Shout out to Jonathan Mercado. He was the first to order. Definitely not the last. Thank you to everybody that's ordered their merch, but Jonathan Mercado was the first, and we got to show him that love. You feel me, man? So check this out right here, y'all. Shit is looking fucking fire. Fire though. Boom. So if you haven't seen it yet, we have hoodies, joggers. Let me go ahead and full screen it for you. Make it sexy. Hoodies, joggers, t-shirts, crop tops, stickers, all available now at our website. Just like you're seeing here, the Coast Got Next. Dark black, heather gray. Very, very big vibes. Step your drip up. Amanda 303 and fire emoji. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. And if you're a member, you discount on our apparel. And we have some new stuff coming for Black Friday, some new items with the same logo on them that I'm really excited about. So I don't know how long we will be selling this design, so get it while you can. It will be limited edition. It won't be available forever. But right now we're on this wave, this movement, since the coast got so much motion, and since we put the coast in the West Coast, this is where we're at right now. So if you're part of the movement, if you love the 805, if you want to represent, visit the link in our website. Go get yourself some merch. Young Drip says, "Hey, by the way, I sent you a new song. Y'all will love it. It's on YT. Hey, did you send me the YT link? And do me a favor, young. Make sure you go join. Make sure you go join the website. Cool. If there's anything you want to hear, just let me know. It's $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Cash App and Venmo information is scrolling along the bottom of the screen, along with any other pertinent information you need to know. So always pay attention to the ticker. I see Graham C in the chat. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. And thank you, Young Drip. We appreciate that. Tonight, we are going to listen to a clip of the Iceberg Lounge podcast, friend of the show. They're out in Oxnard, California. Have a very dope podcast put on by 7 Records, produced by 7 Records. And we're going to listen to a very interesting clip tonight. I posted a video today on my Instagram, and it's been getting a weird mixed reaction from people. So I'm going to play you the video. Then I'm going to play you the video. Then I'm going to play you the Iceberg Lounge podcast. And we're going to read some of the comments under the video. I'm going to respond to both the comments and the Iceberg Lounge podcast. And there's new CTC Radio Chart. So we'll go over those as well. And if there's any other time, we'll scroll the feed. Graham C says, I want to hear the sounds of people making informed votes. Then you tuned into the wrong show. Unfortunately, that's not what you're about to hear. We're going to talk to the people making uninformed votes. We're going to talk to the people making uninformed votes. So you might enjoy this show. Also, if any of he said for 5,000, Lord. Rob Dog, what's good? Mina Azul, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Also, if any of you were under my comments and, want to, I'm open. I'm not open. I'm convinced that I'm right, but I'm definitely down to hear you out and counter your points if you want to come on the show and tell me why I'm wrong. So we'll play a couple songs, then I'll get into the meat of the show tonight, the heart of the show tonight, and it's gonna hopefully not lose viewers or friends, but we'll see. But I gotta say this shit because it's getting out of hand. Shit is getting out of hand with this election, and we gotta talk about it, y'all. I'm sorry. So again, if there's any requests, let me know. $5, Cash App or Venmo. Our Cash App is Connect the Coast. Our Venmo is Connect the Coast 2021. You can find both of those down here on the ticker. Let's start with some energy since it might get a little heavy a little later. Said, let's do it. They always ready for the smoke. Always ready for the smoke. Man. Let's start with some brand new music. This is Big Time Bake OGT. It's called Family First. CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast.
I wake up early every morning, roll me up a doobie, whatever I'm.
Hold on, what the fuck is happening? Can y'all hear this shit or nah? Or nah? Let's try this again. Very weird. Okay, like I said, Big Time Bake OGT Family First. Let's see if it plays this time.
Up early every morning, roll me up a doobie, whatever I'm puffin', know it's good smoke on me. Linked up with Big Time, now we going OT. He make noise in these not streets. OGT don't play games, he get straight down to business. Every verse I passion the game, always spitting this. Family time with the shits, we the new way team. On my grind like B-Rod, got more than street dreams. He want passive income, you just want a bag of weed. If your credit score under 200, don't speak to me. Push the pedal to the floor whenever I'm behind the wheel. Fighting off these rap bots, he feeling like real steel. Like an eagle in the wind, going straight for the kill. If we don't got the same hustle, we not vibing for real. Do my dirt by my lonely, cause a lot of lame shit, he leave a lame. Seeing stars like he's tripping on acid. So better think twice before you speak to me. T Crawford with the hands, leave you stranded on concrete. Like a butcher on the dog tree, and lames like lunch meat. When it comes to this shit, ain't nobody like T.
You see the family folk for no one. We got all the motion. Get money, that's the slogan. Swear that we the dopest. 7 we be working. Niggas salty morning. We the ones that that's for certain. And it's 805.
Yeah, I definitely remember this beat. I just didn't expect them to rock on it. That's why I like it so much.
Call you niggas, slap on you punks, roll them up and run, smoke them, Knievel high stunt, stack your faces up, told it, it's Big Time, bake baby, known to make shit, shake baby, I don't fuck with you bitches, think I'm Andrew Tip baby, want some, I take baby, go get it all day baby, GOAT, I'm starting to feel like Bacon's Tom Brady, look, me and family, moving my so fit like Mr. Pope, sweeping niggas, leave the whole place smelling like fucking fabuloso, bacon showboat, money by the boatload, throw my family dope, bro. Know some niggas put you on a shirt, now you a fucking logo. Corner me, I turn to a monster. Guess it's lunchtime. These niggas sick to their stomach when it's crunch time. Test the family, might lose yours, cause I love mine. School of hard knocks, me and OGT alumni.
Me and Cuzzo going crazy, they thinking we lunatics.
Let's put these niggas to the test and see who really pop their chest.
Me and Bake the Generation X, y'all work at Mitchell and Ness.
We getting rich, they get less. I hope this really not they best.
Feel like Sir Weezy how I'm chefing, T Curry how I'm stepping.
805 baby, we rapping, hover over beats and jets.
So much push in my possession. Y'all Charles Dickens on Pro Tool.
We don't fly niggas, Jeff Goldblum.
Runs together like Sudoku.
Lanes watching me like Roku.
They mad at my family.
They bout beef and tofu, cause I'm like Vegeta and Goku.
The family.
That's what it is. Yo. That's what it is. Of course, the youngin got it first. And shout out to Young for knowing that. That is I'll Whip Your Head Boy. I'm going to have to highly disagree with you, Graham. I think that shit's going crazy. I like that they on that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Diallo, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast, and 805 hip hop and R&B every single Monday through Friday night. That was Big Time Bacon OGT with Family First out of Oxnard, California. If you like that joint, make sure you add it to your libraries, add it to your playlist, let them know where you heard it first. Cool. Let's get into the chart because I want to close the show out with the talk about what the fuck? I want with the Iceberg Lounge podcast review. Cool. So every Sunday, I put out a brand new top 10 chart, the top 10 805 songs in the top 10 songs in the 805. I put out a chart. And this Sunday, I put out the latest chart. Usually, I post the full chart on Instagram. But if you want to see the full chart, you actually need to be a member on Sunday. And then if you don't want to be a member, that's fine. You can wait until Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday to see the chart on the show. So if you haven't seen it yet, let's get into it. The top 10, there hasn't been much movement at the top of the chart, but the bottom of the chart is very, very interesting. Very interesting. A lot of movement at the bottom of the chart. DFO, the Ratchet God, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. We're just about to get to the top 10 CTC Radio top 10 chart. You can visit our website right now to see the full chart. This is from last Sunday, 10/27. Shout out to Exclusive for being number one for the second week in a row out of Oxnard. We can touch this. Very dope to see it. Can't Touch This featuring Enzyme, Big E, Oxnard, Pugs, Leo, The Fool, EBG, and Surrealist. Number 2, Young Quicks with Oxnard featuring Fingers. And number 3, 1100 G-Way with On the Set. All 3 out of Oxnard. The same top 3 as last week have been holding strong. So congratulations. Blueberry Jewelry 02. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. King Harris out of Oxnard in at number 4. OG Dominator up 1 spot in at number 5. Something Dope DG. I think he's also up 1 spot with Bleed the Block out of Oxnard, California. Chuva up 1 spot, I think, again with Get Fly at number 7 featuring Where's Jake out of Lompoc. I see you out there, Lompoc. Make some noise. Nina Rose, I think the only woman on the chart this week. Nina Rose holding strong at number 8 with Homegirls out of Santa Barbara, California. Love to see it. Love to see it. And then a brand new entry in at number 9, Mike Bless with Holy Grail. This one is a heat seeker. It's catching a lot of momentum, so it could see a higher position later this week. It's definitely moving up the charts pretty quickly. And then Mike Easy holding strong at number 10 with Life I Live remix. Congratulations to everybody on the charts. You can always see the top 3 songs on the coast pinned to the top of our Instagram profile. So check that out if you want to know what songs are the top songs in the 805 at any given time. Cool. I'm going to play a couple more songs and then we'll get into this Iceberg Lounge review. And we got to call somebody to the front of the classroom. We got to call them to the front of the classroom. But let's not do it just yet. Let's keep the vibes up right now. And I want to hear this. Mike Valley, the name Uno's called Empty, CTC Radio on the radio station.
Till it's empty, you was cooking with me. Cooking with me. Yeah. Till it's empty, we was cooking with me.
It's X-Game.
Cooking with me. Yeah. I don't wanna feel more. Been on pills since we made go, yeah. I was with Bill and Bo. Zebo said to kill him slow, yeah. I been getting way too geesh. I been way too geesh, yeah. Baby, I can't sleep. Give me a head, help me sleep, yeah. She wanna hit the beach. I wanna sell them histophenes, yeah. Philly was moving keys. Now I can move them to the keys, yeah. She wanna split a bean. I don't do Dutch, we don't split beans, yeah. Why I can't get no walk? A sign from God, I need to stop. Why I ain't got no ops? From just last year, I had some ops, yeah. Heard that boy sneak dissing. Heard that he got
7 records.
Valley could do rock. Valley rather move them rocks, yeah. Cause oh, you ain't missing. Cause oh, I was hot, yeah. Boy, be careful talking. I don't say be careful often, yeah. Lil' bro, stick to skating. You look like a dead man walking. Don't been red, was been off oxy. I put money on your head. They take money off it, yeah. Ain't no rest, we gon' hose you down. I had to talk AP to raise my stocks and it went froze to that. We put them on channel 3, we put them on T's. You know what my bros about. I know where the Reaper sleeps and he know me. You know what my bros about. Cuz we shoot from deep, because I'm tweaking. He want a poster now. I tell him don't get greedy. If it get heated, shoot like DeRozan now. I had them white kids up on Dr. Phil. They thought it was a drought, but I flooded still. Shooting till it's empty. You was cooking with me, bitch, you cooking with me, yeah. Shooting till it's empty. We was cooking with me, you cooking with me, yeah.
Yeah, shooting at the block just like I'm Pippin. She wanna party with me like I'm Rick. She wanna hold my chain just like I'm Rick. I got all my change, yeah, I'm a dog. Shawty, get baddie, I'll fuck, but I won't call. I'm the millionaire, I run through hoes like I'm Lamar. I'm selling bricks and I'm hitting licks, I swear my name Lamar. But I ain't celebrating, I fuck your bitch so hard that I jump on stars. I ain't to the clip, I be talking with God. Hey, fuck with you niggas be always seeing the mask, we see the facade. And I ain't to the clip like Timo. I flipped her and clip bracelet, now I just swear I'm a hero.
Young Drip says, if you could squeeze it in, I sent it to you in the links DMs. I'm gonna check it out as soon as I can, bro.
Yeah, I'm always popping my shit, I shoot like Agent Zero. Yeah, she begging for that meat, her diet be that keto. You little niggas be snitches, swear you niggas D-Lo. I'm calling all that play just like I'm Popovic. New kid on the block, but this ain't cussing it. She just wants some lean, she wanna pop her next. On the scene, she rollin', she a sloppy mess. I might buy a BBL, I fuck one time and wish her well. I played in that fire, I been through hell, the money come from scales. Beating up them cops, we sellin' drugs, yeah, we was in them cells. Push another brick, we run them hills, and yeah, we never fail. Push it till it's empty.
Empty, you was cooking with me, bitch, you cooking with me, yeah. Shooting till it's empty. We was cooking with me, bitch, you cooking with me, yeah.
CTC Radio, the only radio station committed to the coast. That's Mike Valley. The name Uno is called Empty. If you like that joint, make sure you add it to your libraries, add it to your playlist. Let them know where you heard it first. Graham C says Dodgers are putting a beating on the Yankees, 3-0, bottom of the third. If you're into baseball, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. I don't know. I watch baseball, so I can tell you. But I can tell you this. Earlier today, I put up a video. Ganicus. Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Earlier today, I posted a video that I made 8 years ago. And this happens actually pretty frequently, where I'll make something like years ahead of time, years ahead of it being like relevant for anything. I think this is probably one of the most relevant songs I've ever made ahead of time. So keep in mind, this song is 8 years old. 8 years old. It's not new by any means, by any standard. And I posted it because the elections are coming up soon. And I mean, everybody that knows me knows I do not fuck with Donald Trump, bro. I cannot stand this nigga. He does, like, he is a ridiculous person to me. And so I just don't think people should vote for him. And I can tell you why after I play this video. I don't care who you vote for outside of that. There are more options than Kamala Harris. But I just don't think you should vote for Trump. It's just personally, you want to do that. Cool. That's on you. But I think he's a ridiculous person. I think people that like him are a little ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I haven't really heard any truly honest arguments of why someone would want to support him. Outside of they just don't like the other person, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different conversation, but I'm not a fan. I have not been a fan of his since 2014. I thought he was a ridiculous person, and that's why I can say the song is 8 years old. And it was ahead of its time. It's more relevant today. So I'm gonna play it now, and then we're gonna go over the comments that this song has been getting. Because it's been interesting, and it's been from people that I honestly wouldn't have suspected. I'm not gonna say I'm super surprised by it, but I wouldn't have expected it. But this is my old 8-year-old song, back when my rap name was still KO the Legend. It is no longer that. It's now Los Sanctus. But back when my rap name was KO the Legend, I wrote this song and put it out. It's just like a freestyle over Jumpman. It's called Fuck Trump.
This is JTP production.
Look, Trump man, fucking Donald Trump man.
You know that Republican is up to something. Don't vote for the punkin, don't vote for the punkin. Peace to Martin Luther, peace to Mrs. Tubman, yeah. If you vote for Trump, you probably a fascist. Maybe you a racist, definitely classist. Took this from the homie out in Calabasas. To raise a glass and tell the Trump to kiss our asses, yeah. They be blacks and Latins up at their conventions, whoa. Then they tweet that all lives matter in they mentions, whoa. Probably in the KKK on the low. GTOFABOMG, he gotta go. Trump man, he's so out of order. He don't know immigrant cross the border. I don't fuck with him, but I will fuck his daughter. This is 4th and 12, we in the final quarter. Donald Trump for real, man, tell me what we doing. Y'all thought that Obama would leave us in ruin. Donald couldn't even keep a talk show. Now y'all wanna hand this guy to launch codes? Fuck the Trump, cause we got bigger fish to fry. Peace to all the families out in Riverside. How could someone think they choose who gets to die? If
Big Jakes is in the building. Eastmont baby in the building. What's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. So you got the point, right? So I made this song 8 years ago. It's called Fuck Trump. You know what I'm saying? As I said, as I have been very vocal about, I am personally not a Trump fan. If you are, that's cool. That's your thing. I think it's weird, but cool. Cool, bro. That's cool for you. I honestly just would love to hear like a solid argument as to why someone supports him, and that's just what I have not heard yet. Outside of things were better when he was in office, I was making more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we can talk about why people were making more money at the time, but it has very little to do with him. I think that is a very weak argument. And again, anybody who wants to let me know and come on and give their side and give their argument, you are welcome to do so. Just let me know. I'll send you a link to come on. Graham C says, let me know if you want to. Yo, you're welcome to. He says he can give me an honest reason as to why somebody might. All right, I'm gonna send you the link, Graham. If you can let's see if you convince me that there's an honestly good reason outside of partisanship to vote for him. Link coming your way now. Cool. So let's pull up the comments. Let's pull up some of the comments. All right. So shout out to Brandon Phillips. He says, I've been on, bro. He says, you've been on, broski. Big shout out to Brandon Phillips for the love. I like that. That deserves a hand clap. Brandon Phillips is a hilarious comedian and good friend. Prospect Films, Nina Rose, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. Lee Recca says, yeah, bro, talk that shit. King Harris with the laughing emojis. I don't know if that's good laughing emojis or bad laughing emojis, but I'll take it as a compliment. Sakina with the flames. Ty, the pizza guy. I don't know Ty, the pizza guy that well. I do know who he is. I know he's from the Thousand Oaks area. Not sure if he's a musician or what. But I do know who he is. Prospect Film says EBG and Big E in my city just dropped. Shout out to Big E and EBG. We definitely gonna get to that this week for sure. Ty the pizza guy says Trump greater than Harris for me, but all love, bro. I need an explanation as to why. That's not enough for me, but whatever. The card photos with the flames, you know what I'm saying? That deserves a round of applause. I like it. Sorry, I got the rainbow of death. But then we scroll down, we get a little further down, and Hustle the one who has been on the show before, friend of the show. I've done shows with Hustle. He's come to a couple of our events. Good guy. I definitely, don't have an issue with Hustle at all. Did not know he was a Trump fanatic. Did not know he was in the cult, but I don't have any issue with Hustle. He owns Blue Diamond Lounge in Lompoc. I think he does some cool things for independent artists, and he looks out for them. So, I'm not mad at Hustle, but Hustle slid in the chat. He slid in the comments, and he says, "Trump all day. Trump all day. The time of blind following the blind is over," which is the most ironic thing I've ever heard. Devin Smith, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. He says, "Trump all day. The time of following the blind for the blind is over. True Americans for Trump, Latinos for Trump, businessmen for Trump. Time to bring money back to Americans." Okay. Wow. Alexandra Madrigal, what's good? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. I would love to ask Hustle, and I should have asked in the comments, but I just didn't want to go. There were a couple points I wanted to make in the comments, and I didn't want to hit every point, else I would be arguing with him on the comments all day, and I just didn't really have time to do that. The first question I would ask is, what is a true American? I don't know what that is. And I don't know what he means about money coming back to America when we're still classified as the wealthiest country in the world, at least one of the wealthiest countries in the world. So I don't necessarily know what he means about let's bring money back to America. I feel like he might be saying, I think he might be projecting a little bit and saying maybe that he was making more money when Trump was in office. He wants to feel that again. Which I think he should specify because America has plenty of money. Devin Smith, what's good? Thank you for sharing. I really do appreciate that, man. That deserves a round of applause. A round of applause. Baby, make that. I'm going to say hands clap. For sure. Yeah, so I don't know what he means by that. But then, so I say, okay, cool. So I reply and I say, what did I say? What was my next reply? Sorry. I just said, boo, with like a million O's, because I think that was a bad take. I think that was a really bad take. So he replies and he says, "The last 3 years, she has done nothing for our country. So boo back, my friend." And I love when people say this because they never say the things that Donald Trump has done for our country. They just say what Kamala Harris, as the vice president, as someone who is not the president of our country, as someone who is in a supportive role, and has virtually no say-so over the agenda of this nation, has done. And I said, okay, well, he was president for 4 years straight and he didn't do anything. So you have to keep that same energy. If you truly didn't like when he was on, if you truly didn't like what he was on, sorry, my battery just died. Give me 1 second, y'all. My God, dirty, dingy light in here today. Might be whack light, but if you truly didn't like what he was on, and if she didn't do anything for you, if her standards weren't high enough for you as far as an agenda getting done, there's no way that his standards, that he can meet those standards either, because he really didn't do anything. I really feel like a lot of people who dibble and dabble in the streets always say that Trump gave them more money, or they had more money when Trump was in office because of PPP loans, right? And PPP loans come from Congress, not from Trump. So I feel like the streets got that shit fucked up. But we'll talk more about that. We'll talk a little bit more about the comments, and we're going to get into the Iceberg Lounge podcast. But I have the homie Graham Carter in the chat. What's good, sir? Thank you for joining. Please share the stream if you wouldn't mind. I mean, not share the stream, but thank you for joining. You know how I'm in. That's how you know I'm in fucking robot mode, because I'm like, thank you for joining. But you know what I meant. Thank you for joining. Let's hear what you have to say, man. So convince me. Why would somebody cast a vote for this man?
So there's honestly basically like 3 reasons. One is, what did Tupac tell us? Fear is stronger than love. You can't ask someone to neglect their fears unless you're going to tell them how you're going to overcome them. And like, let's give it to Donald Trump where it counts. That man is an excellent measure of finding an enemy in a room, no matter what room it is in, right? Like, this dude started out his presidency by complaining about the crowd size that he had. He made an enemy out of the own people who showed up to his fucking inauguration, right? So the guy can create an enemy anywhere. And people, when they are afraid, are going to do the thing that quells their fear. And he's very good at saying, hey, it's fucking crazy out there, and I'm the thing that's going to protect you. I'm not saying it's true, but I am saying that that is absolutely a very human response. Second thing, people don't know their civics. Like, the reality is the vice president doesn't do anything. As a matter of fact, John Adams once said if there was any more useless job than the vice president, he would like to find it, because it is literally where you go into the Senate and you count some votes for an election, and sometimes you break a tiebreaker. That's it. That's the whole job.
Really in the chat was good.
Anything else that anybody tells you that she's responsible for, she isn't. And by the way, you do not go to the president and say, I think you're doing the wrong thing here. That's not what vice presidents do. It is very, very rare that there's even that level of congeniality between a president and vice president. Kennedy and Johnson fucking hated each other. So I think that people just don't know their civics.
I mean, Kamala and Biden don't like each other, honestly, but she has to walk a very razor thin line if she wants support from her party, because even though she replaced him, she can't just be like, fuck everything he did and fuck everything he stands for now, right? Like, she's still his vice president. So I think, again, you're 100% right in the fact that people don't understand the civics. But what's the third reason?
And the third reason is, if you are a young man or a man of any kind, the economy of grievance that we have built over the last 8 years of American politics tells you that you're the fucking problem. And my wife and I disagree about this. We haven't really talked about what is the solution. Like, we all know what toxic male behavior is, but what's the solution? Because sometimes men are different than women, and we shouldn't be expected to behave in the same way. And if I'm a young man and I'm hearing every day, you're toxic, you're shitty, girls won't talk to me because girls have figured out that, like, they don't have to put up with my shit. And by the way, Gen Z is the generation having the lowest amount of sex of any generation in the history of the world, which is its own set of problems for us as a country. And I have someone who comes on screen and says, it's not you. It's somebody else. It's people like her. She did this to you. She's the reason that you're being told that you're toxic. Everybody wants to feel like the victim, because victim is currency in our culture now. And we've never talked about what the solution is for young men. We don't have any outlets for them. We don't have any options for them. It's just their fault and fuck them, and like, that's fucked up, but it is what it is. And by the way, we as Democrats fucked that up. Like, we had every opportunity to do something better with that, and we didn't. And if we lose this, that's the reason why.
I mean, I feel like it goes way, way beyond a partisan issue. I think it's a societal issue as a whole. Like, I could see that. I do think there is toxic masculinity, but I don't think that every action I don't think every aggressive action that males take is toxic. You know what I'm saying? I think you're 100% right. Like, we are two completely different genders. We think differently. We have different instincts. And I think that both, and those differences should be acknowledged and respected. But I also think that, it's hard for me to empathize with that point of view, because I'm not one to look for a scapegoat or look for somebody to blame my problems on. So when I get that easy off ramp, I'm not the type of person to take it. And so it's hard for me to empathize with that point of view. Not to say that you're wrong. I think you're 100% right. But I think you're right as to why it's happening. I don't think that necessarily that's behavior that we should coddle. You know what I'm saying? And it is a case by case thing. I don't think we should coddle that behavior, in my opinion.
All the smart people in the room, we didn't come up with one solution, not one. And like, that's my issue, is like, look, when I look at the Republican Party, it is a party of incompetence. They can't govern. They can only govern by grievance. They don't have any points. They don't have any policy. All they know is they fucking hate whoever it is in the room that they hate, right? Mm-hmm. But we had the smartest people in our party that we've ever had, and we didn't come up with a solution. What we came up with is fuck them. And like, if I'm a young person and I'm hearing fuck you, well, then it's fuck you back. Because when I was 18, man, I would have fought you over a fucking soda pop, let alone a fucking vote.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think I can agree with that, but I also think it's a little more nuanced than that. I think that it's easier to, I do, there's the layer of that. But you're right. I do, because two things of the same body, there was never going to be a solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they serve the same master. So the solution wasn't the goal. The solution was like finding multiple revenue sources for the masters. And I think that this is where my frustration comes in, is that people keep looking down and blaming people who have no power and punching down, instead of looking up and saying, why do you guys have all the money? Why do you guys have all the resources while we're fighting down here over crumbs and over who should and over who should have the right to gender or misgender people in the way that they want the way that they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great segue into the Iceberg Lounge podcast clip that I want to play, because for me the main focus is like, especially non-black men. I just feel like non-black men have been the most vocal. I mean, non-white men and have been the most vocal in the cycle that I've seen about not supporting Kamala. Like I'm not, I don't think she's a great candidate, so I'm not necessarily, I think there are plenty of valid arguments to not like Kamala about. Like, I think there are plenty of arguments, but these people aren't making any of these arguments. They're just saying, no, I don't like her and I like him, and they're not saying why they like him. And the things that they don't like about Kamala, Trump has done times 50. So it's just this layer of hypocrisy that is really hard for me to tolerate. And this is a clear example of it. So the Iceberg Lounge podcast, very dope podcast. You can follow them on Apple Podcasts. The name Uno is the host alongside all the 7 Records artists. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Glass. They were kind of talking about this on the latest episode, which is available. It's episode 8. It's called Halloween Decor. Subscribe. The Iceberg Lounge podcast is spelled how it sounds. This is a clip of Mike June from 7 Records talking to the name Uno about why he is kind of more in support of Trump. And it's an immigration-based conversation, but I definitely would love to get your feedback on it. And I think this is a great example of people making dishonest arguments, confidently talking about disinformation as if it's fact, and trying to convince someone that their argument is valid when it's not based on fact at all. And I would love to get your opinion, but this is that clip.
I personally believe that whatever politics you believe in, cool. Like, if you believe in the Republican side, cool. If you believe in the Democrat side, cool. If you believe in the third party, cool. I don't necessarily care where you sway your belief system, right? I think my problem with all this shit since 2020 has been, I've never in my adulthood, and I grew up in a white town. I grew up with white supremacy. And in a nigga town, I grew up with race hate between Mexicans. So I understand very much of being of that. I think it's very important to understand that we ain't never seen this type of hate before. And we ain't never seen this type of people come out the woodworks and support something that makes other people feel unsafe. And I think my whole notion has never been about Republican or Democrat. It's always been about, do you really believe that somebody who has, if he has publicly said that if he has the power to abolish democracy, he would. Do you feel that having that type of person who literally isn't straight, is straight against everything that America preaches? Yeah, literally. And
what does America preach? Not to cut you off.
America preaches coming here and creating your own dreams, creating the American dream, which is come from nothing can build you up to something. And so if you believe that, you're trying to take away the right for that. Your thought process is to take the rights away from people that literally came here to have a better life.
And quick thing, on top of that, literally, America was pretty much built off of immigrants, bro. Like, every fucking culture, city, they have their immigrant station that kind of is like a staple in their town. Look at New York, bro. They were built off of all immigration, and they are like second to none on thriving, bro. Like,
I mean, and let me tell you this. Look, simply talking about immigration, because I know that's where we're going, right?
I mean, that's the whole bit.
Okay, this is the part. So pay close attention. This is Mike June.
I'm half Mexican, right? I got about 50,000 cousins, right? 98% of them did right. They did the whole thing they're supposed to do to obtain citizenship. The whole thing. 2% didn't. The folks that is crossing over illegally into this country are the reason why taxes are higher, why inflation is at an all-time high, and then all the other drugs they bringing in. If I was president, I'd tell every single one of them that's undocumented, get out.
Yeah, that's what Trump's trying to do.
Out. You don't belong here. I love y'all. Do it right.
Then you would have been, and I hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Thoughts? Go ahead.
Okay, so the problem, by the way, I posted something in the chat. If you guys are open for this, I would love to give a closing argument before we're done here about why not to listen to your fear and why not to vote for Donald Trump, because I think it's important. I gave you a great reason too, but I would love to give a chance not to. But like, here's the reality. Immigration is a real issue, right? There is a nuance of truth surrounded by a big fat meat sandwich of lies, right? Which is like, your inflation is not higher because of immigrants. Your taxes are not higher because of immigrants. We have a problem with a porous border where we do know that drug cartels are smuggling people across that we probably do not want here. And I'm not talking about Hispanics. I'm talking about terrorists, right? Like, we know that last year we had at least 6 members of ISIS that we caught coming across the border. So we got to do something about it. I think the problem I have with that mind state is exactly what you said. It is misinformation confidently stated. Like, I know what's going on down there. And it's like, you know, there are experts on this that'll tell you that it's complicated, right? And I think Uno made a really salient point, which is Americans are particularly bad at hearing somebody say something and believe it. When I was a young man, a guy in Saudi Arabia said, I don't fucking like America. They put Air Force bases on our holy land. And then he drove 2 planes into a building. And you know what we said? He doesn't like freedom.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I feel like, to me, the big Lil Loco says, that's why I don't be talking politics. I'm not trying to make a fool out of myself. I mean, I think that having that conversation is, I think that's the misconception, is that you shouldn't talk about it if you don't know. I think it's great to talk about it and ask questions to get the information, but to talk about it confidently like you know when you clearly don't is a whole nother dangerous thing, right? Like, the board, okay, is there an issue with the border? Sure. Is it porous? Sure. Why though? Why? Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, people act like these third world countries are just inherently bad places, right? But no, we have a hand in destabilizing these places. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a large part to play in the destabilization of these countries, and that's why they're flooding over here, because we've ruined the places that they live. You feel what I'm saying? So that part is never discussed.
Mike Valley, if you want a book to read.
That's not Mike Valley, Mike June.
Okay, Mike June, read Open Veins, which is about the history of the CIA in South America. That shit will blow your fucking mind up.
Facts. Like, we have a lot to do with the destabilization of those countries. But I think beyond that, something I cannot stand is when people say that, you know, my family did it right, and I want everyone else to do it right, when I guarantee you I can find instances of your family not doing it right, for sure. I can guarantee, not to say that I don't, and I think they should be here. I think they should still have opportunities to be here. But then when you say you support somebody who, you say you support somebody who's because they're tough on the border, but you don't like Kamala, when she's in a regime right now. Biden is known as the deporter, Obama was known as the deporter in chief, and Biden has a worse record of deportation than he does. Kamala is not easy on the border. And this is part of what I'm talking about, is I hate when people make these dishonest, bad faith arguments about, well, I like him because he's tough on the border, but you don't even know Kamala's border policy. Like, she is very tough on the. She was the one that got up and said, "Do not come here." She got up on camera. That was the first thing Biden ever had her do, was get up and tell all the immigrants, "Do not come here. The borders are closed." You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not easy on the border. Now we can have the conversation of whether we agree with that or not, but she's not easy on the border. So that, like, that's a point right there that automatically disqualifies your argument in my opinion.
So what you just hit on, though, is also kind of my part of my closing argument. If you care about immigration, what you should know is that the government is a broadsword, not a scalpel, right? Like, the reality is, most people who come here illegally, they don't cross the border. They get on an airplane, they get off, and then they don't check in when their visa's up, right? Like, it's actually very easy to get a visa to this country, and they fly over here and they get off at LAX, and then they just disappear into the woodwork. We're not 100%. We have to do something about the border, certainly, and there's all kinds of electronic surveillance options that we have to make it a less porous border. But to solve this problem, it's going to require legislation from Congress, which our current vice president was actually the engineer of, and then Trump said, "No, don't actually pass that, because you'll take an option off the table for me."
See, we didn't even get there yet. We didn't even get there yet that he told his own party to go easy on the border because he didn't want to do anything about it until he was back in office. Like, y'all have to understand this. Like, that is a crazy thing to do.
The time that Trump had control of the border, we actually ended up deporting people who were American soldiers. Like, people don't understand, the immigration system is incredibly complicated. There is a lot more than legal and illegal, right? Like, the Philippines, for instance, can volunteer into the United States military, and they're technically not citizens, and they're technically not illegally here, but they are part of our military, and he ended up deporting a bunch of them. Like, I mean, like, it is a broadsword, not a scalpel. A scalpel is the law. You get the law to do a scalpel's work. You get the government to hammer something. Like, if that's your argument, you're voting for the wrong person.
100%. And then I think the final like nail in the coffin is just I think I didn't forget my point. There was one more point, but
let me while you're thinking about that, let me give my final argument, because I want to get off your show and not hog up your time here. My final argument is like, look, I'm Jewish. This last year for a Jewish person has been very difficult to be a Democrat. I said last year, probably around December, like, Democrats really got to earn my vote this time around. And the reality is like, there's lots of things that I'm scared of, right? Like, very personally within my area of operations, there are people that I am concerned about their physical well-being. I am concerned about my own emotional well-being, to the point where I got to take breaks off social media. I do not think for a second a man who can control his impulses so poorly that he cannot. And by the way, a story came out the other day of him doing this. This is the 48th person to come out with this story, that he groped her in front of Jeffrey Epstein in a situation that Jeffrey Epstein,
in a game,
had her up in. That he can't control his impulses enough for that is going to help me with the things that I'm afraid of. I am nearly certain it will make them significantly worse. I do not want the most charismatic person in the world to be president. I want a good administrator, someone who knows how to pull the levers to do something. That's it. That's my argument. If you care about functionality, Donald Trump's not your guy. He doesn't know how to make things work. He fucked up a casino, for God's sake.
Period. Like, the easiest money making machine. He's blown $400 million twice. That's $800 million for those of you that can't count. Like, so even if your argument is that he's a good businessman and he's going to run the country like a business, he's not a good businessman. He's gone bankrupt 6 times. He's blown $400 million twice. Like, he's put nothing but sycophants and yes men around him. Oh, and I remember my final point. My final point is, especially, this is directly to Mike June, who's clearly not done his research, is that you just said that you're cool with legal immigration, which is what all Republicans say, as long as it's done the right way. But they're also trying to get rid of legal immigration. They don't want immigration, period. So you're not voting for the right person if illegal immigration is where you stand. You're not voting. He has clearly stated that he wants to deport the Haitians eating the cats and dogs. they're legal immigrants. You feel what I'm saying? He's classifying them as illegal immigrants and putting targets on their backs to the point where bomb threats are being called on legal immigrants. So he does not care about legal immigration. I need a better reason. I need a better excuse than you want people to do it the right way. And if you want to hear the rest of that episode, which I highly recommend that you go listen to, the Iceberg Lounge podcast, episode 8, available now. It gets way spicier, as Uno said.
Shout out to
Carter,
Uno, by the way, for having a really thought out answer to all of that. I really appreciated that because I kind of knew where this was going, and I was like, and Uno was like, hold on, and I really appreciate that.
Facts. Plug anything you got to plug before you get out of here.
I don't want to plug anything. All I want to tell you guys is when somebody tells you that they're crazy, fucking believe them. I'm out. See you guys later.
that part, y'all. So there you have it. And I am going to be on the Iceberg Lounge podcast this coming week. You might sit down and have a conversation. I'm definitely looking forward to that because I got a lot of facts I can give you, my brother. And hopefully they help. If they do, cool. If they don't, cool. It is what it is. I just don't like the hypocrisy and like the clear misinformation stated as facts. That shit drives me insane. I don't care how calm or how level-headedly you say it. It doesn't make it any more true. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Everybody have a great night. Remember, we are giving away an Uber Eats gift card. We got to feed y'all. We got to feed the people. So if you want to win an Uber Eats gift card, all you got to do is become a member, a free member at our website. The link for that is in bio, and we will be having the raffle not this Friday, but next Friday. So if you want to get in to win an Uber Eats gift card, make sure you sign up as a member. Also, go get yourself some The Coast Got Next merch. Shout out to Don Mercado. I can't wait to see the pictures of that. If you need anything to do for Halloween, this 31st, Outlaws, the Tascaderos having a very big event, so pop out to that. And we will be at Humdinger Brewery in Slow on November 2nd. That Saturday is going to be a vibe. $10 to get in. And live music, good food, good people, 21 and up. Pop out. Excited to see everybody. And I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. not 6 p.m. Tomorrow night I will be back at 8 p.m. So I will see all of you then. I hope everybody has a great night. Members, look out for members only content, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Just me and you. What's good with you? Your king, your prince, my queen, my bitch. Your lips, your eyes, your hips, your thighs.